Most people think life gets expensive after having kids. But we'll be the first to tell you is that we didn't think so. Our experience was totally different. And if you're thinking that we made more, no. It was because Franklin and I understood and really honed in on how to manage our money effectively. So we want to take you on this journey in regards to our children, like, are they really impacting our finances and how we're able to move forward?
Please like this video, subscribe to our channel. So as we jump into the conversation about do kids make you broke? So there's a scripture in the Bible in Psalms 127:3. It says that children are a heritage from the Lord, an offspring, a reward from him. And so the Bible lets us know that children are a blessing. Actually, they're a generational blessing that God gives to us, and that they provide legacy to the family. And so children are one of the most important things, or most important responsibilities that we have in our life, and that God is a tremendous blessing from God. So let's jump into this conversation.
I'm excited.
So do kids actually cause families to live paycheck to paycheck?
We would tell you kids are expensive, right? And what we mean by that is that when they grow older, over time, things do get expensive. I mean, you think about today, the economy, like everything is skyrocketing, right? Like everything is expensive. In reality is that the things that our children are wanting, the things that our children are involved in, like sports. We'll just use sports for example. Do our kids, do they really need to be in like 4 or 5 different sports? Do they need to be in football, basketball, soccer, tennis, swimming, gymnastics, cheerleading, like you name it? Do they need to be in all of those sports, right? Can we reduce it? Some we may have to just cut because of where your finance is. The other piece, when we think about the clothes, the shoes, like all of those things that our kids are needing and wanting, right? Do they need 5 pairs of shoes? No, they don't. Do they need 20 different outfits? No, they don't, right? So we live in a time where our children want it right now, right? And we have to be able to say no. Know that we're not going to get this. Know that we're not going out to dinner today. I just cooked tonight, so we're not going out to dinner. The other piece is Christmas and birthdays. That's where we see it the most. Like birthdays, like we can go to these different places and it can be like $400 or $500. On top of that, you have to get the food. You have to go out and get gifts. Like all of those things add up. And then you also add on Christmas. So just know that our kids are adding to our expenses, but they're not impacting us when it comes to paycheck to paycheck. That is a behavior. It's 80% behavior. And what we mean by that behavior is the actions that we're taking. Are we being disciplined? Are we intentional with our money? And then the last piece is 20% plan. And what I mean by plan is in regards to, are we budgeting? Are we writing down our expenses and our income? So no, our kids are not having us live paycheck to paycheck. It's just a behavior.
That's really good. Thank you for sharing those points. And that is very informative. And so I know for having children, as a parent, you want to give your child a lot of things that you didn't have growing up. And so that's a good thing, and sometimes it could be a bad thing.
Right.
And so it's a good thing in respect to being able to give children some of the access to or being exposed to different positive things, whether it's a different type of restaurant, food, culture, travel experience. Those are some good things. But some things that are not so good, getting too much too fast. You can find yourself as a parent overspending when it comes to your children's activities, like you mentioned before. You can find yourself overspending or trying to overcompensate for maybe you're not spending as much time with the children as you would like. And so there's a lot of different factors into, buying toys. Lord knows we know buying toys, and sometimes the kids don't even play with them.
No.
You know, you could spend a lot of money. You could spend a bag on toys, and the kids don't even play with them. You remember that tent we put together? It took us days to put this princess tent together. And did she want to play with it by herself? No. The only time she wanted to play with it is if one of us fit our big self in that tent with her. And so that was not the best financial move for us.
No, and you think about, like, even upstairs, like we got her this beam for gymnastics, and we can count on hands how many times she's got on that beam. But we got this during Christmas time, so we understand. Like, we truly understand when it comes to buying our kids items and different things, but also being able to say no. So we're great about no, because you have toys upstairs. Yeah.
That's really good. So what did we do differently that helped us avoid most financial stress?
That's a great question, baby. It started before we got married. Franklin and I, we were big on conversation. Like, we were big on communicating. We were honest. Like, we laid it all on the line from did we both budget? So Franklin budget, I budget. How much savings did you have? How much savings did I have? We even talked about the debt. Like, Franklin came in with no debt into our marriage, and here little old me bringing in debt.
It didn't last very long because I had to get a new car.
Yeah, right. It didn't last very long, but we were together.
Right.
But the other piece is, like, when you think about the alignment for us, like, we were aligned. If I felt that, baby, we shouldn't do this, we wouldn't do it. If he felt, hey, let's hold off, we wouldn't do it. We were unity. And when we mean by unity, it's Franklin, myself, and it's God in the middle. Like, we were together. And so we've always been people where we wanted to be good stewards of God's money. Now, did we have it right all the time? Absolutely not. We made mistakes, right? We still make mistakes. We're
sure
human. But we are people that we focus on being intentional and disciplined. The choices that we make together impacts Isabella. So we're teaching her, and we're still learning this thing as we walk out this financial journey. But what has kept us to avoid financial stress was the unity, the alignment, the conversations, the questions that we had to ask each other to be truthful in how we're going to be able to move each other forward. When you think about like our couples out there, what are some hidden ways parents are overspending and don't realize it?
I would say one of the biggest ways is, I would say, eating out. You know, eating out has become so expensive now as prices have gone up. But you can eat out fast foods or just go into restaurants and not really think about it and not really add up the cost. But you know that could get up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars very quickly when you're eating out very frequently. I know we all have a busy schedule nowadays. And so, but if we're not saying don't eat out, what we're saying is you might want to just reduce it or put some guardrails around it so that you are saving some of your finances so that you could put it into your savings or investments, or use it towards paying down your credit card or student loan, or use it for more productive things.
Absolutely.
And some of the other things that will add up real quickly, you know, buying, you know, other things for your kids, you know, just trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know, trying to compare yourself to other families. You know, you have to be comfortable enough in your skin to say, you know, no, just because little Johnny down the street has a new pair of $200 Jordans, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a $200 pair of $200 pair of Jordans, and you're going to grow out of them in about 3 or 4 months. So just making wise decisions concerning your money. And so, you know, that I know we want to give our kids the best, you know, possible experience as possible. But also we have to just balance that out with, you know, making sure that the financial aspect of it is healthy.
Yeah. You know what? You brought up a good point when you talked about like the restaurants, and it took me a while to really figure this thing out when it came to cooking, because I'm a person where, you know, I rather I rather wash the car than to cook. But in reality is that I've been meal prepping our food on the weekend, and then we just been working this thing out. But it has truly changed the game for us when it came to like food during the week. So we limit a lot of going out to eat like during the week. We do go out to eat on the weekend, but in reality that really helped our family to be able to move us forward. And then too, you're busy. Like both parents are working. We're so, kids are in activities. And so we were just trying to figure out ways to make some changes in that area.
Yeah, that was a very good point. And that meal prep has really helped us, helped me, helped our family tremendously. What would you say to parents who are currently struggling?
Don't give up. Franklin and I, we lived from when we were in our 20s, we lived paycheck to paycheck. We did. One of the things that I had the ability to do is speak life into myself, and he spoke life into himself as well. But we didn't give up. I used my job as a leverage to advance in my career. So as I advanced in my career, what increased?
Income.
My income increased. So I really used that to my advantage. And so that goes back to like if you have a low income, don't give up. Like being able to go out and get a second job or side hustle, or looking into your skills and the talents and the gifts that God has given you for you to be able to tap into it to move your family forward. The other piece is that you have to be aligned. Like there cannot be any confusion. You have to be aligned on how you move in your finances, and you have to have real conversation around your finances. It's some of it's not going to be pretty. Like some of one person may reveal, hey, I got a $10,000 credit card that my wife don't even know anything about. But you got to be real. You got to be open, right? The other piece is that go back and ask yourself these two questions. We're going to give you some homework. Go back and ask yourselves these questions. How long have you been struggling, living paycheck to paycheck? How long? And then go back and ask yourself, are we willing to continue to live paycheck to paycheck for 6 months, years to come? Like ask those questions so you can get down to the root cause and change the behaviors so you can move your family forward. That's what we would say to parents out there that are struggling. We pray our video truly, truly blesses you and your financial journey. Look, we hope that this video really helps you and your household. Share with your friends and family that are really struggling, guys out there that really need the help. Franklin and I, we bring in video every week because we truly, truly have a passion to be able to help couples and move couples along.
Please like this video, subscribe to our channel so you can see what's coming next.
Your financial journey is better together.